Hello, this is the Nightline Podcast. My name's James Pikeway, and if you want to learn more about the program, please go to www.dubaii1038.com or email us, nightline@dubaii1038.ae. Enjoy the show.
And this is it. Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships Car Talk is coming to you right beside, once again, the Audis, which is fantastic. And, of course, Dubai's intrepid automotive journalists are here. Shazad and Imtishan.
Are they here? Where are
Intrepid
they?
is an
I wanted to say
interesting
hello
word.
to them.
Good
Where are
evening, guys.
Oh, it's us.
Yes, it's great to have you here. I went over to the Al Nabuda automobile
Yeah.
kiosk.
They're back again, aren't they?
They're back.
Yeah.
I went over, had my photograph taken. It's awesome.
What do you mean you had your photograph taken?
If you go and get your photograph taken, they post it up on Facebook.
All right.
You get the most likes.
Yeah.
You could win all sorts of obnoxious prizes.
You win an Audi?
Maybe.
Oh, cool.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm going to go get several photos done.
And you try and do better than me. I encourage everyone to come down here to the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships. It is really an interesting place to be. Lots of food, lots of fun. Oh, yeah, lots of tennis as well. And
Oh, yes, some of that as well. That's right, yes. That's why we're here, aren't we?
it is.
Yes.
And we're going to be here. I'm here all week.
You're here
All
all
week?
week.
Yes,
Oh.
all week.
We've heard
we're-
that line
And
before.
we're back next week as well. So you guys are going to be joining us this
Cool.
week and next week.
It's good. It's close
I'll
to
get
my home.
passport photo taken next week at the same stand.
You know what? It's great to have you guys joining us once again because we get to talk about cars. We get to talk
Yes,
about
I
the
hope
cars we
so.
love. And, well, we're
If
here.
you ask us
we're
about tennis, we're kind of stumped a little bit. Oh, no, that's cricket.
And that was your sports week with Shazad Sheikh.
There we go.
I'm here all week. No, I'm not. No, definitely not.
Gentlemen,
needs to go home.
as I said, great to have you here. MotoringMiddleEast.com if you want to find out where these comedians come from. And let's kick right into things. What have you guys been driving this week?
Ooh, quite a few things. I drove the 2016 model year Passat revisions. I drove finally. You remember we were talking about the Nissan Maxima?
Yes.
Yes, I got that. I drove that as well, and I'm driving something else at the moment, which I can't tell you about.
Okay,
That's
so
secret.
so let's start with the Passat,
The Passat.
the Volkswagen Passat.
Yes.
Love it, loathe it. Did they make a lot of changes that make you go, oh yeah, need this thing, or is it marginal? I see the big billboards up on Al Khail Road. It looks sweet. Do I want one?
It looks great value. You know what? I've always liked the Passat. This Passat that we get here, because we don't get the European Passat. We get the North American Passat.
That's
And
got to be why I love it then as well.
It's bigger. It's bigger. It's roomier. It's not the prettiest car in the car park, but it's a handsome car. And what they've done is they've actually done quite a lot of extensive revisions to it this year.
So
And it may not look like it, but the whole front of the car is actually new. The fenders, the grille, the headlights are slimmer. There's chromey bits on it. The bonnet itself is new as well. Taillights at the back are new. A chrome strip is back. On the exterior, those are the changes. Not many.
All right.
Inside, again, not so many, but the tech has all been updated. So the infotainment system and all of that is so much better. It's now got App Connect thing,
Yeah.
so you can stick your
You can
cable
do
into
all
your
sorts of
phone,
yeah.
and then suddenly your phone is on the dashboard. So there you go. That's amazing. Sound system is great. One thing I discovered about this, I don't know if that applies to the App Connect systems, right? So normally I get into a car and I Bluetooth my phone so that I can get phone calls. But when I'm on a press launch or when I'm on a press drive, I don't
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
because it's not my car. I don't have the car for any extended length of time. But I did cable up my phone,
And
and then somebody called me, and I could answer it through the car.
isn't that nice?
How did that happen?
You see,
This is like magic.
It's now just doing a nice handshake with the device.
Yeah.
Software is all on board. It just happens.
Yeah.
It no longer requires a lot of permissions.
That's right.
It just
yeah.
happens.
Yeah, yeah. Magical voodoo. That's
So we've got the new Passat. Would you buy one?
Yes, I would. If
Yeah.
I want a really, and the boot is massive, but the rear cabin I think is still one of the biggest in its classes. And in terms of leg room,
Yeah.
if you have passengers that are on the tall side that you carry regularly, that's the car to get. Really, I would say.
You
The
know,
boot has a magic trick, doesn't it?
The what?
The boot has a magic
The
trick.
boot has a magic trick. I don't know. Do they?
The Passat boot, remember?
Does it? Go on then.
Oh,
that magic
Oh,
trick.
for goodness sake.
that's why this is
I'm
not
only,
TV.
I'm only halfway through my coffee.
It's one of the biggest videos on Facebook last week. We had one of the lovely VW staffers, Michelle, who basically demonstrated how to lock your keys in the boot of a Passat.
Or how not to.
Or how not to.
Yeah.
Well, she did, because she just chucked the keys in the boot, slammed the door, well, the boot lid shut. And you think, oh no.
I
But-
screamed.
Yeah. Quite a high-pitched scream, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a high-pitched scream.
But
Well, I had a photographer friend of mine did that in the UK once. He was stuck for hours. He just took his equipment out, put the key. People have done that, right? You
Yeah,
put the key in
yeah.
the boot, and then you close the boot without thinking about it, and then you're like, oh my God, I didn't just do that. Yes, I did.
But normally in cars up to this point, that was a huge error, which you can regret at leisure. But now with the Passat, you just leave your keys in the boot, and after a second of despair, it just pops open.
So it's actually a smart key system because it realizes the fob is in there and
it takes the
it
key.
just
It's
opens
like
it up.
it's not where it should be.
Man, you see,
And it just pops it open. You have no excuse now to ever lock your keys in the car because it won't lock the doors either if the key is in the car.
See, this is an intelligent car. This is the kind of thing we're looking at. This is the kind of thing we want.
This is a technology that should be in every car with a smart key.
Yeah. This is the sort of car that looks after you. And I think that sort of that
but
sums up
subtly,
the Passat.
it's not massive acronyms. It's simple things that actually make a huge difference in
It's
people's
little
lives.
things. It's little things. But like I said, like just plugging the phone in and suddenly it gives you the comfort of being able to. I mean, it's just things that they've done to engineer the car to just make it even better to live with, just a bit more thoughtful, a bit more clever, and you just go, And these things are great value. They start from what, 85? I think 85,000, some 80.
They are good value.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space,
80s.
a lot of motor, a lot of toys.
Yeah.
And it feels very German, even despite being built in America.
For me, this is the take-home from that Passat. First of all, you've got awesome legroom, but the price point with the technology is superb. Especially if you're coming in at the entry-level models, it is super affordable.
And it's got that ka-chunk noise that when you close the door.
Yeah.
Like closing a submarine hatch.
I mean, this fits into that whole, Camry, Altima, Accord, that sort of segment.
Camcordima.
There's a Hyundai or two in there as well, isn't there?
Camcordinata?
Yeah, there you go.
But it fits
I can
into
go all night with this.
It fits into the segment.
Kia.
It's all at the same price, but you're getting that German engineering. You're getting that German build.
Exactly. So it's just it's a more satisfying car as an owner's proposition. It feels like a more satisfying car. That I think is the big thing with that car. Volkswagen in general, though, prices are more affordable than people perceive.
Prices on the decline, which is a good thing. Because they're a premium brand, or they don't want to think of themselves as a premium brand. They want to think of themselves as an affordable brand. But people don't know that. So it's a bit of a stumbling block for people who think that VWs are expensive, but actually they're not.
We got a lot more to talk about. This is Car Talk. Motoring Middle East is joining us in the house. Don't go away. Here is how you can get involved. SMS and phone lines. Karam has texted through. Sorry we didn't answer you last week, Karam. Apologies. You must have gotten lost in the mix. Karam's come through and he says, I just sold my Charger RT, thinking of buying a Cayman S. Is it changing in 2017? If yes, is it the right time to buy one? And what sort of depreciation should apply to a one-year-old car? So, first of all, why did you get rid of the Charger RT? That's my question.
So he's asking for the depreciation on the Charger
So
or the
Charger,
Porsche?
no, Charger depreciation.
So he
on a one-year-old car.
No, hold on. He's just sold his RT. He wants to buy a Cayman S.
Right.
He wants to know, is this the time to buy it or steer clear and wait for the next model? And he also wants to know what kind of depreciation should I expect.
He wants to
on
know
a
if he got a
one-year-old.
good deal when he sold his Charger.
Yeah.
And generally we're going to say no because we're pessimists. But actually, what is the percentage? About 30%?
It's 30% in the first year of most cars, yeah, but it varies from car to car. And I think Porsches tend to I'll rewind and say that again. Porsches tend to do a little bit better when it comes to depreciation.
Yeah.
So I would give Porsche probably 20-25% loss, so it'd be a bit better.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about the Cayman because 911s are solid. They will hold their values extremely well.
I think the Cayman's got slightly more depreciation in this market. But the other thing is, unfortunately for him, it is changing in 2017, the Cayman.
Yeah.
So the question obviously that he's asking is, should I wait for the next version, or do you have any insight?
It's a good time to buy the current Cayman because you could drive a good deal on existing stock. But the Cayman is dead. The Cayman is now the 718.
Really?
Actually, no, the Cayman is still
news?
around.
Whoa, hold on a second here.
Press.
Hold on a second here.
Hold on. Actually,
Talk into the mic, please.
This mic is weird. The elaborate answer to this question is the Boxster is now the 718 Boxster to keep in line with their 911 and 918. And I believe the Cayman is still around, but probably not for long. It's going to become a 718 model car. Then now it's not just putting some numbers in the boot. They're also changing the exterior design. So it's a new body, new interior. And the flat 6 engine is dead, replaced by a range of turbocharged flat 4s. So actually it's a whole new car. It's a whole new car.
But all the 911s have got new engines as well, don't they?
They're all new as well.
Yeah, they're all new.
It's a party in the Morsha house.
Yeah.
Whoa. So we're getting rid of the Cayman. And would you? So if he really loves the Cayman, this is the time to get it.
If you love the flat 6 engine, now is the time to buy it.
Now, when do you project this mega change taking place?
End of this year, I think, to start seeing those cars rolling out here. In the summer, you might see a few trickle out, but generally, end of this year, you'll start seeing those cars coming in.
Now, given that the Cayman as we know it is going to be phased out, as you're suggesting, will that have an impact on resale value if I want to unload it? I mean, it sounds to me like Kumar
Older
likes to...
Caymans will take a dip one day in resale.
It will, but also if you bargain hard with the knowledge that the car is at end of life, you'll save money on the purchase in the first place.
So it doesn't matter
which
so
should
much,
theoretically cancel out the increased depreciation that you'll suffer at the end of it. But it's like Empty said, if you want that current Cayman with the flat six, now is the time to get it.
Yeah.
Now's your last chance. But if you want the latest newest thing, then hold on. You should have kept the Charger.
Motoring Middle East is in the house. Shazad Imtishan are here, and we got all sorts of questions coming through. The next one is the VW GTI best value for money car in the UAE? Question mark.
No,
Question mark.
ST.
What?
Yeah, GTI. Because if you're talking hot hatches,
Yeah.
and you're talking best value, then hot hatch. Then for me it would be the Focus ST because that's still like 245 horsepower for 99,000 dirhams.
And a manual gearbox.
And a manual gearbox. If you can't drive a manual gearbox, then you're stumped. There we go again.
Yeah.
So then you'll have to go.
He really doesn't know what
It's tennis, my friend.
But I have a solution. And the solution is over at the Volvo showroom. Yes, because they also have a hot hatchback with 245 horsepower and an automatic gearbox.
Okay, hold on a second.
110,000.
Okay, hold on a second. We started off the show, Motoring Middle East is here, motoringmiddleeast.com, if you're wondering who these guys are.
That's where we live.
Talking about the Passat. Talking about how, hey, this is a fantastic vehicle. It's a saloon. It's got lots of leg room.
Yeah.
Closest thing you're going to get to a limo in that class.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But the GTI, you're not thinking hot hatch
No,
action?
you asked me, is it the best value?
Yeah.
And I was responding to that.
Okay. So
I'm not saying that the other cars are better, although I personally have a real soft spot for that Focus because it reminds me of hooligan hatches from when I was younger. I also like the Alpha. There's an Alpha. If you're talking about hot hatches that are available, there's actually quite a lot of hot hatchbacks that are available in our market, despite the fact that people say this is not a market for hot hatches. So you have the Alfa Romeo as well.
And
the
then
Giulietta.
if you're being left field like I am, and if you're not thinking hot hatches, but you're thinking best value car in the market, I'm going to go completely down market, save a ton more cash, and I'm going to say fully loaded Mazda 2.
Yeah, not quite hot hatch though.
I'm not saying hot hatch, but I'm
I
saying
love that
best
car.
value
I love
car.
it. I love
best
it.
value
Yeah.
car.
I love it. It's a great car.
Your
But
question wasn't which best value hot hatch, it's
Yeah.
best value car.
Yeah.
And I maintain that's the Mazda 2.
fair enough.
Okay, hold on a second. So if you're going to Mazda 2, you guys have some affinity for the Mazdas.
Well, I do.
Oh, he does.
I've had a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I got my issues.
Emotionally, or
I like the Mazda in principle. I don't like the body design. I just feel like they've...
I mean, he's not a doctor of ophthalmology, admittedly.
Yeah, he has got it wrong a few times, Corvette.
But
Anyway, so but
Pacer.
but the thing is, I want
What are you
to
talking the Corvette?
I've got him going. I tell you what, there's a really hot car right here, the Audi S3, 3 cars along from where we're
the
sitting.
Quattro. The Quattro.
Oh, fantastic.
I tried to get the lady over there in the Al Nabuda showroom to give me the keys.
Yeah.
I even put on the wig and the
Yeah,
hat,
yeah.
photos,
Yeah.
sunglasses. She wouldn't do it.
No,
She said
doesn't
no.
surprise me.
It's
We
not
told them
gonna
to come in. But I want to go back to the
want to
listener's
come back here
question.
next
I want
week.
to go back to the listener's question.
So best value.
Has he told us if he wants a hot hatch or just the best value car? Because if it's a hot hatch, I maintain Focus ST or Volvo V40 T5.
the trouble is
he's
the
saying
GTI gets quite
best
expensive.
value
if you-
for money car. He's saying, is it the
He
best
didn't say hot
value
hatch.
for money car in the UAE?
Oh no, that's not true. If you're looking best value for money car, actually the Passat is a very good value for money car. But there are cheaper things like, for example, the Suzuki Vitara that we drove, which we thought was immense value for 72,000.
I think he's looking for
very
something
well
a bit
equipped.
more upmarket. I mean, the Vitara is a good car.
He's talking to GTI. The implication is something that
Hot
when
hatch,
you...
that's
yeah,
why I said.
yeah.
But then if you want performance, look at the Toyota 86 as well. Was it 99
I'm
now?
not going there.
That's 100 and something now. I think it's gone up a
Don't
little
even.
bit.
But it comes standard with TRD kit, right?
Yeah, standard with TRD kits now.
Everybody ignore James.
Yeah, no.
It's a good car. Go
Yeah,
check it out
no.
if you
Look, there's a
want.
lot of cars in that segment.
Yeah.
Look, if you're not thinking cars, you can get Wranglers.
You get Ram.
You can get a Ram. 5.7 V8 for
There we
100,000
go.
dirhams.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
What's better value than that?
That is it. I can't say anything. to that.
395 horsepower.
Used Avalon or a used Impala,
Impala.
2013.
Impala.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've driven the Impala, the Avalon, and the Impala.
We're talking used though, 2013 year models.
I still have the Impala. It's a big-
2013 is the current shape, right?
yeah, they're all current shape.
I don't know.
I need to check that. I need to check if the 2013 is the current shape.
No, the Avalon's not changed. The Impala's the current shape.
Yeah, the current shape Impala is my favorite. That's a fantastic car.
It's the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scientific word. It's the big one.
Because the year model before the current one was just awful.
We also didn't get it here. Thinking of the American car.
Well, I drove it. I drove it in the U.S. and it was.
It's a very bland car for fleets and
It was
retail,
awful.
But now they've completely designed it. It's more Camaro-like, I think,
Yeah.
is the word we're looking for.
Okay, hold on a sec. You know what? I gotta interrupt with a question. Got some folks walking by, car enthusiasts waving in at the show. Great to see you guys.
Running for their lives now.
Motoring Middle East is here. This is Car Talk, by the way. If you're wondering what you're listening to.
I think it might be 2014, the new Impala.
Oh.
So then the answer would be Avalon.
Yeah. And then you get some Roxy music playing off that, and it just works perfectly.
10 generation Impala 2014
Yeah.
So if it's
I
the
maintain it was
previous shape,
revealed in 2013.
well, if he's talking about the previous shape Impala, go for the Avalon.
You can do some really strong deals on Impalas.
Yeah.
Resale
Yeah.
value-wise. So
Yeah.
push hard. You can get good. Right now is a good time to buy cars, to be honest.
Right now's a good time to
If
buy
you
cars.
have cash.
If you have cash, this is the time to buy a car. You can
Absolutely.
drive some hard deals. And there's some great cars out there. This is the other side of things. There are some fantastic vehicles. We got a lot more to talk about right here on the program. This is Car Talk. If you want to get... This is Car Talk. Motoring Middle East is here. We are at the tennis stadium, and it is... it's a
Have
very...
you lost something?
Yeah, I'm just
looking around the table.
I'm looking around the table because I thought, there's all sorts of great information here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships. I got the flyer here. I got the newspaper in front of me. This is just a fantastic place to be broadcasting from. And you know what? Even better, a place to watch tennis. So make your way down and join us
There's
all
food
week
and
here.
stuff as well.
There's
There's
food.
lots of restaurants around there.
There's food.
Why didn't we get any food?
There are even cars.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson when we start talking about broadcasting. You can't eat and do radio.
I can try.
Yeah, you can. It doesn't work.
You know
We had a
what?
pizza some years ago.
It's an open invitation for somebody to send us some food, and we shall try that experiment live on air right now.
Okay.
Hungry journalists need to be fed.
All right, guys, I'm going to head back for just a second here to the conversation that we were having about the Cayman. And this, let's just reiterate the conversation because the question...
Is this the reptile or the car?
No, this is the car.
Okay.
And the whole issue is that our listener really wants to get one.
Yes.
And he wants to know, really, is this the car that he should be thinking about? 2007 to 2017 year model is what he's looking at. He's curious if he unloads it after a year how he's going to do. But you guys have dropped a little bombshell that, hey, this vehicle is pretty much done for. I mean, they're moving on. And
It's just the next model. It's not over. It's just that Porsche has moved the game on.
well, and as Henning has said, both the Cayman and the Boxster are now the 718, and they come with 4-cylinder turbos. So
I'm not sure how I feel about 4-cylinder turbos on these kinds of cars. I like the flat six howl, and I'm not. Now we've gone to 4 cylinders. It's a lot of money for what amounts to a hot hatch engine.
the Cayman in general,
It's a good car. To be honest, I've always had a preference for the Boxster stroke Cayman over the 911 in terms of a pure handling car, because the mid-engine setup of these cars is better than the rear-engine setup of 911, and now I have just kicked it off, seriously kicked it off, because 911 people are going to go, what is he talking about? Has he even ever driven a 911? Actually, I have. But that's what I've always maintained, that those cars are better. However, the previous generation of the Boxster Cayman, to me, actually not the Cayman, the Boxster, to me
You're
were the
just
better cars.
confusing everybody.
Yeah, I'm confusing myself. I'm getting to that age. But the original Boxster, for example, I think was the best of the breed by far. The feel, the drive, the steering feel was fantastic on
So
those
you're saying
cars.
buy an old Boxster?
I'm saying buying an old Boxster. That's what I'm
Buy an old
saying.
Boxster.
But nobody in Dubai will listen to me. So go and buy the new one.
Old Boxsters are 50,000 dirhams and below.
Man,
That's a good deal.
that is
for
a
lot
very
of
good
car.
deal. Very
So
good deal.
Are there pictures of this new Cayman or 718 or whatever it is?
Yes, they're all over the internet. Even on motoringme.com on our Facebook page.
There you see. I should have a look there once in a while.
Me too.
The look of Puzzleman Shazad's face, despite having posted the story.
The thing is, I'm looking at it now, and I'm not seeing a huge amount of difference, really.
But every panel is different, insist the people from Stuttgart.
Yeah, but it's like the whole 911 trick, isn't it? Every panel is different, and yet it still looks exactly the same as it has done for
I
50
don't
years.
work for them.
That's Porsche.
That's Porsche. That's how they get money out of these people.
So really, you can buy the Cayman. Nobody will know the difference.
Yeah.
You know, when the new one comes out next year, you should just buy it. If he wants one, he gets a good deal on it. I think you should just buy it.
Well, if you've always promised yourself a Porsche, you should just get the Porsche.
But they're going to go with the 4-cylinder, and they're going to add
I would say wait and see if the reviews from people like us, and see if the car lives up to that Porsche reputation. I'm sure it will be, but even so, it's a big change going from 6 to 4 cylinders.
Yeah.
So will it feel the same? Will it make the same noise? Will
No.
it be as fast?
I doubt it.
It will make a different
noise. It might be
noise.
as fast, but it's not going to make that.
It will be faster. Knowing Porsche, it will be faster.
It'll be faster because it's
But
Porsche. It always has to be faster.
But I mean, they could play around with the tuned exhaust. That's a
they can do amazing things.
magic.
We had the Volkswagen Beetle Cabriolet
Yeah.
in a few weeks ago, and it's a modern engine. It's a 4-cylinder. It's the engine out of the old GTI, right? So it's a 2-liter TSI with 210 horsepower, but it's got the sound of the classic flat boxer engine.
There you go.
They've engineered it into the exhaust system. It's just
That
very
it plays the
evocative
tune
sound.
over the speakers while you
Something,
drive.
It's cheating on
It's
multiple
got some
levels,
magic
but it's
happening.
working,
Yeah.
you know. But it works.
So there we go. At the end of the day, you guys are pretty much saying wait to see the new
No,
breed.
we're not.
No, you're saying go buy it. I heard wait.
He said wait. I said go get it. I said there's not going to be that much different. If you really like it and you really want one, go get it.
Okay, there you go. Let us know what you decide. Charlotte's come through and says, "Hi guys, can I ask a question about old vans in the European
Finally.
market?"
This is him to
Vans.
Myself,
did you see that? He sat up. He sat up
he
to
did.
answer this.
He stopped shaking his leg, so I'm no longer getting the vibrating sofa here. Me and my husband want to buy a second-hand VW Transporter or similar to sleep in and travel around this summer. Our priority is fuel economy and low repair costs, given that we'd like to buy a pretty old van with high mileage. Do you have any ideas? We absolutely love your show. Thank you very much.
Well, she's buttered us up pretty effectively. While these two are taking selfies, I'm going to try and take a stab at answering the question. And actually I can't because these are European vans.
Yeah.
What vans sell you? Transits? Transporters?
I don't know.
Something Volkswagen.
You need like doesn't she mean a motorhome, not a van?
She
No,
basically
they're
she's building
saying
a camper van.
No, they're saying they just want they want a van
Yeah.
that they can sleep in. So
Volkswagen Caravelle, go for it.
Volkswagen
Caravan.
Cargo,
Yeah.
Or a Transit. But Transit's a bit
No,
big.
in this market, it's Volkswagen. That's your
Yeah,
option.
but they're going to be in Europe. This
It's
is
in
the summer.
Europe.
Oh, it's
They're
in
gonna be
Europe.
Yeah.
Still
Pay
Volkswagen.
attention. Yeah, just buy a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
No, repair costs, all those sort of
Yeah,
things.
but
You're
it's
in
Europe.
Europe.
It's
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And they don't break down anyway.
Yeah.
And you'll get diesel one there, and it'll be fine.
You wouldn't head for the Toyotas because there's some nice Toyota
You
products.
Not for Europe, no.
You won't get that many Toyotas in Europe. It's not like here.
Renault?
No. Renault does make a
Renault and
the
Peugeot
Traffic.
both have,
They have the same van. Renault has the Traffic, and Peugeot has the something Boxer. I think I can't remember. I'm not up on my European.
But I would,
vans.
I will still,
Get the VW.
I will still stick with the VW because I did run that on long-term ones, and it is a fantastic machine, very versatile, very reliable, just the right sort of size as well.
And the Peugeot Renault are
and
much
you get
more
lots of bits
commercial.
for it, right? You can convert the interior of it. You can get tables. You can get chairs.
You
I'm
can
sure
throw
get
your
beds.
life savings at it.
I would say get the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. And as you said, easy to repair, reliable.
Yeah.
They work very
Yeah.
well. Get the diesel version. Boom.
Absolutely,
you're
you're
laughing.
sorted. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And if you've got further questions, get in touch with these folks over at Motoring Middle East. It's that simple. All right, let's head to the phone line. We've got Mohammed joining us. Good evening, Mohammed.
Hi,
Good
guys.
evening.
Good
Welcome
evening.
to the program.
Hello.
Thank you.
How can we? How would you like to join into the show?
Well, I've got two questions.
Okay.
First question, and these are really basic. I mean, you guys are experts, but I have the most simplest questions. Okay, so my first question is to do with what is the ideal tire pressure that's supposed to be in my tires? I drive a 2015 Mitsubishi Pajero. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the first question. And my second question is I've noticed this recently that a lot of cars, like in my office parking lot, at my home, the parking lot, a lot of tires aren't really round. A lot of them are flat in the sense that when it touches the ground, that part is flat. I don't know why in my head I thought it should be round. So I don't know. These are my two questions. Is it unsafe if it's not round?
Everybody's just looking at me.
I gotta say,
Okay,
Imtishan has hit the jackpot. First vans and now tires.
I'm going to answer the first
It's
question.
DeLoreans. We're doing well tonight. Anybody's got a DeLorean question?
First question off the bat with tire pressure. Take a look at the tires
It's written on your door
They-
jam.
they-
Your car manufacturer
but-
will have a little plate.
But the
with the
tires themselves will tell you.
No,
No,
they
no,
won't.
no.
That's
It's
a
individual
mistake.
to the car.
Okay.
But I must throw in, not all door jams have them now, because I've had a few press cars recently where I've tried to look in the door
It'll be
jams.
in the manual if you won't
Yeah,
get the
but
door
no
jam.
press cars don't always come with the manual.
Yeah, but he's buying a car. He
Okay,
has a
fine.
Pajero. But the Pajero will have a door jam
Yeah, it
sticker
will.
with the actual correct pressure. There's a loaded, unload. Don't look at the tire because the tire will have the max pressure. And don't put the max pressure in because that's the maximum. However, as a rule of thumb, in case you right now need to know the exact pressure, I would say around 35 psi is
Yeah.
fine. For most SUVs, you'll be fine. Especially with the Pajero, it's around 35. But
Okay.
check the exact
Okay.
pressure. It'll probably be around 32. Not a huge difference.
The flat and round issue.
Okay, this is another thing. You cannot visually tell if a tire is flat unless it's really flat. So if they're bulging a little bit, that doesn't mean they're flat because you're seeing the weight of the tire is basically when the car is under load. The car is sitting on the tire, so that is a loaded tire. So obviously it won't be fully round. It will be slightly oval. So that doesn't mean
Okay.
anything wrong. Unless it's looking so flat that it looks a bit square,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you know something's wrong. But if it's oval, that doesn't. It might be slightly underinflated. Maybe you should go and tell somebody if it looks a bit alright. But at the same time, it doesn't mean anything's wrong. If it's perfectly round, it's actually overinflated, and that's bad.
I find with a lot of modern cars, especially with the lower profile wheels and,
You can't
and, and
tell
the lower
anymore.
profile tires, it's harder to tell if the tire is
Well,
gone flat.
SUVs, it's somewhat easier.
Because in the older cars with the smaller wheels, you could always see that the tire
Yeah.
was flat.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of instances recently with press cars where they were flat, but visually you couldn't tell. It was because they had a sensor in the car that told you that the tire was flat. Otherwise, you wouldn't know, which I find a bit
I mean,
alarming.
go to your petrol shed, get it checked. It takes 2 seconds. I could save your life because tires are the one thing touching the ground. So
You
they're-
never compromise with your tires. Never.
Mohammed, I hope we helped you out. Thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Okay, take care, guys. Bye.
Great, thanks. Have a great night. Motoring Middle East is here. They're in the house. If you want to get involved in the program, 4001. You can also call through 04-423-1010. Esther is answering our phones back in the studio. Hey, we got another question that's sitting here ripe for us, guys. I want to buy a car, but I'm confused between the Altima, Camry, and the Honda Accord. What do you recommend? My budget is about 80,000 K. No Volkswagen in there.
I'd go for the Volkswagen.
Yeah, once again, we're with the Camcordima. We're with the
Yeah.
Camcordima.
There's no Volkswagen.
No,
You-
he's not considering Volkswagen. I'll tell you, I'll throw the Charger in there as well because it's great
you can't
prices.
get for
80,000. 80,000.
Oh, it's 99, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
V6, yeah.
But get a Charger. Come on, get a Charger.
Yeah,
It's
but no, but
$99.
he's looking at the Altima.
Yeah.
You guys have got some experience with the Nissan brand. We got Camry, and we got the Honda. You guys are not in love with the Honda these
I'm
days.
going to rule out the Accord straight away because they're made in China now.
Really?
They are all made in China.
So-
The models we get are from China.
Okay.
Do you want to own a Chinese car?
I have no issues with that. I
You
don't
really shouldn't. So I'm just being
But
silly.
you remember,
really shouldn't.
you remember when you used to go down to electronics stores and you'd buy something and you buy your like JVC video recorder. This is going back some, and you'd look at the back to say, "Oh, this is not made in Japan. I want my money back. This is not good. I want a Japanese
Hey,
product." You know?
are you taking back your iPhone? It's made in China.
That's true.
But at the same time, a lot
You
of
got
people
me.
have
You
issues
got
with
me.
that. Yeah, I mean, if it was made in Japan, it would be better. But at the same time, a lot of people have issues with it. If a car is made in China, it is still some time. Do you want to be the person
But where
who
is
affects
the
change?
Camry made?
So
That's not made in
well,
Japan
hold on,
either.
hold
The
on.
Camry is made in Taiwan.
Hold on. I think that you are unduly slagging off the Camry because it's not like Toyota has
I'm
just.
not. The Camry is fine. It's made in Taiwan. We like
But
Taiwan.
it's not just that they've taken the car and the Japanese ownership has just said, do what you want, and hey, if we see it when it gets off the boat, okay, and if we don't, we trust you. There's rigorous quality control in place. The engineering is all there. These
I still
aren't-
don't want a Chinese Accord.
Okay, you're just biased. Anyway,
So way many years ago, back in the UK, as I'm fondly want to say, Honda and Rover, British company Rover, came into a partnership.
Yeah.
And Rover produced a car called the Rover 600, and Honda produced a car called the Honda Legend. This was the first time the Honda
Yeah, I
Legend was
remember
created.
that.
The Honda Legend was actually built in the UK at the Rover plant because of the tie-in between the two companies.
Yeah.
Honda basically owned Rover at the time. Now Honda had an inspection center there in London where they would check the cars, PDI them before they go into the customer. Rumor has it that they were having to rebuild the cars because they were not satisfied with the production quality. So the cars would roll in, they take them, they go, "This is not good. Oh, you know what? Let's just take it apart and put it back together again." You know.
And that wasted no time at all.
back to the question at hand: Ultima, Camry, Honda Accord.
I want to go
budgets
for the
of
American car, the Ultima,
The
which is
Ultima.
built
There
in the
you
US
go
of
for
A.
that one.
That's the one that handles the best as
You
well.
guys, you going Ultima as well?
Yeah, sure. Go for that.
I thought the Ultima's boring. Anyway, okay. Well, there we go. 80,000. I think there's other
No,
options.
I'd buy a
out there.
Passat. So
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think
I'd buy a Mazda 6, but none of our
There you go.
choices are in here.
if you want to get involved in the program, it's really easy. This is Car Talk 04-423-1010, SMS through to 4001. And we're coming to you from the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships. Motoring Middle East is here. Imtishan Shahzad. And you know what? They're going to be here next week as well. If you want to come down and join us next week, same place, same time, why not? Come and be part of the live audience here.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Join the conversation.
Lacoste lady's over there. She's thinking of outfitting us with Lacoste clothes. Maybe working up something with the hairdos on us here. We've got an entire...
two of us have hair.
Yeah, you're right. We've got a
I
whole...
shave it off.
We've got a whole posse of people who want to get involved. You know, they're just standing
Posse?
around.
Are they
The
hunting down?
the minders are holding them back. This is great.
You know what? Let's head to the phone lines. We've got Athar joining us. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for taking the call.
Athar, how can we help you with your car woes?
Yes, I actually am planning to buy a mid-end sedan, and I actually have been looking at the European brands, but I also have a liking for Cadillac CTS. So I just wanted to get your views on that. You know, how does it compare to the E-Class and the BMW 5 Series? So if you can kindly help
Get
me
the
out with
Caddy.
that, so that will
Get the
be
Caddy.
yeah.
Get the Caddy.
Get the Caddy.
Caddy
Get the
CTS.
Get
CTS.
the Caddy. I mean, come on, Caddy.
Yeah. Get the Caddy. Get the CTS. Great value. Good pricing. I bet you're getting.
Four-cylinder or
I
six-cylinder?
bet you're getting better equipment and better
That's
pricing
a good question.
compared to the
Four-cylinder
Mercedes and the what was the other one? The BMW.
BMW.
Yeah.
BMW feels a
BMW
bit old now. The Mercedes is still yet to come into this market.
And E-Class is also being replaced. Don't
E-Class is
forget.
being replaced, but it'll take a while
Yeah.
for those cars to turn
So
up here.
don't buy the current E-Class unless you're getting a really good deal on it.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
So-
Okay. So
Cadillac.
go
Very
for
easy
Caddy
for
and
CTS.
okay.
And
Excellent.
you will
excellent.
have the
Go-
huge
go-
smile on your face.
Go for the Cadillac. It's great value. It's a brand new, all new car. Check it out. And you know
All
they
the
have
latest toys as well.
all the latest
Yeah.
toys. They have
It's a Caddy.
and they have fixed price servicing on these things. It's,
Yeah.
you know how much you're going to
Yeah,
spend.
they actually believe they are a little bit cheaper to service than the
Yeah.
German
Oh
equivalents.
no! It even gets better. When they take your car in for servicing now, they give you a loaner.
There you go.
Advertised on the radio. Heard it today.
There
and,
you go.
And
So
you get
can't beat that kind of
and you're
convenience.
driving a Caddy. It doesn't get any better than that.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the best
there's
vehicle
one
in the
more.
world.
I mean, there's a supplementary
Okay.
question to that. I mean, I
Yep.
have seen in the Dubai Motor Show they are coming up with a new CD6, which is like a
Yes,
higher
that's
end,
the new flagship,
comparable to
yeah.
a 7 flagship. So
Yeah, that's the
they are also
flagship,
saying
that's
that they can trade in if I like that, basically. So, but CTS
Wow,
has
there you
been
go.
there.
You know what?
You sound like you've convinced
You
yourself.
convinced
Yes.
yourself. You know what? When you get that Cadillac, give us a look at it. Send us a photo. Get back in touch. We want to hear your stories. How
Totally,
much
yeah.
you love that machine.
Yeah, get a pink one.
Excellent. All right. Thanks a lot.
Hey,
Thanks a lot,
thank you
guys.
very much, man. Have a
Completely
great
lost
night.
in the project.
Bye.
But, yeah.
Hey, okay, we got a text that's come through from Jeffrey. He says, value for money, the 2015 Ford Expedition Platinum or the 2015 Land Cruiser.
Ooh.
Expedition's actually really cheap right now because it's 139,000 dirhams.
And this is
for
big
the
as a
EcoBoost.
house, isn't it?
It is a house.
It
It's
is a
actually
house.
much
They're,
bigger.
They're fantastic.
It's bigger than
I
my
wouldn't
house.
Take it off-road per
but-
se, but it's good
Well,
value.
this is the thing. A 2015 Land Cruiser, if you want to go off-road,
That's the one.
I feel like this question has been asked from somebody at Ford
Yeah.
because it is better value for money than a Land Cruiser in
Yeah.
terms of space and toys.
Yeah.
However, the Land Cruiser has formidable resale value and
Yes.
peerless off-road ability
yes.
and
we- when we
well
s-
loved by the UAE in
When-
general.
When we say formidable, we mean
Yeah.
like you could sell it like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could decide, you could just think about it in your head and somebody's already bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't even have to advertise them,
Yeah.
especially if it's white.
This is not to say you can't sell the Explorer, but
No.
let's be honest, even Ford will admit that nothing compares to a Land Cruiser's residual values.
Yeah.
And there's a reason you see them everywhere, folks. They're easy to service, they're easy to live with.
So the question, if he's going off-road, Land Cruiser, if he just wants the biggest, best value,
I'd
huge,
still say
full-size
Land Cruiser
SUV,
because the Land
really?
Cruiser is slightly more manageable than
Okay,
the
there's-
Expedition. It's a
there-
massive car.
There's one more addition to this. Also, what about the everyday driving experience of the Expedition versus the Land Cruiser?
It'll be a bit bigger, isn't it? Expedition, I think
Yeah.
it's a bit
It's-
bigger when
it's-
it comes
it's
to the malls.
massive.
Yeah,
It's
when it
massive.
comes to the malls.
However, the Expedition has one ace up its sleeve. It's got the new sync system and all that fun jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have the Ecoboost, so it is a rapid old rocket.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go out here on a limb. If you're not driving off-road a whole bunch, there's no question I'd be going for that Expedition. I just like that big
If you think of keeping
monster.
it for a while, sure.
Yeah, big
Expedition.
monster of a vehicle.
And as for the malls, well, I actually saw one in Mall of the Emirates the other day, and the driver was happily bouncing it off the curbs left, right, and center because it was so big. And I was like, how can you? What about the wheels? And then I realized that the tires were so thick that it never actually got to the wheel, so it didn't damage the wheels. It just
I'm telling you,
bruised the tires a little
I
bit.
just think the Expedition is.
I'm still going Land
vehicle.
Cruiser,
You're
but
going
you
Land
can't
Cruiser?
really go wrong, to be fair.
Imtishan has owned a Land Cruiser. Cruiser.
Cruiser.
LC.
It's in English. The show's in English.
Jeffrey, I hope that helps you. 4001 is the SMS number, by the way, if you still want to get involved. We still got some time. We can take some calls also. 044231010. Motoring Middle East is here. We are coming to you from the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships 2016. We are live.
Whoa.
People are walking by. They're looking at us going, who are those guys talking to? Or they're noticing the absolutely fantastic tennis attire I'm wearing. Could
I'm
be that.
trying not to be noticed.
I noticed the Lacoste ladies are looking over here as well. They're
look,
thinking they can sort us out.
There's tennis players right outside our tent. Look. There's this. Look,
Maybe they're going to
signing
come over.
autographs and everything.
Maybe they're going to come over. Maybe they want to come and talk cars.
Maybe.
They're all running past us. Come and say hello as you run to see tennis players, please.
Gentlemen, your views on the Targa.
Shazad.
911 Targa?
It just says Targa.
It's my pick of the 911s, definitely, by a long shot. I mean, even over the turbos and what have you, I'll go with the Targa.
Go with the Targa.
You can get a Targa with a manual gearbox,
and
by the way.
and you can, and for one simple reason, because the actual motion or the action of the Targa going into the boot, the Targa roof, is just mechanical poetry in motion. You have to see it to believe it.
Alas, poor Yorick Porsche.
Yes, it's beautiful. It is a work of art just to see that roof. I would not drive it. I would just pray with the stickers. You can do it from the remote. I just stand there all day making that roof go in and out.
You would buy one.
Definitely.
Okay.
And never drive it with the roof up. Never, please.
Let's head back to the phone lines. Mo is joining us. Good evening, Mo. Welcome to the program.
Hi, mate. How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing great. How can we help you?
I just wanted to basically pitch in on the car talk. I have a question. It's not a very... I want to actually enjoy the Dubai experience, so I want to get a sports car. And I see all these values, really good values for an Aston Martin Vantage. But I really think buying a second-hand car like that does cause a lot of issues. So if I was just saying some of the deals with service contracts and warranties look really good. So is there any advice? What should I be careful about?
I could tread very carefully when I say this here. The Vantage is one of the most beautiful cars ever made, and I personally want to own one. However, if I was buying a second-hand Vantage, you can get some screaming good deals on. 150k for like an 06, 07. However,
there's a good reason for that.
Yeah, it is Aston Martin build qualities, handmade cars, and you have to be okay with that. I would say if you get a car with the balance of the Aston Martin, nobody else is wanting the Aston Martin warranty, you're fine, because their warranties are cast iron and they will replace anything that needs to be replaced. Make sure you have a warranty, a service contract, basically as much cover as you can. If you don't get a car with a warranty or full service history, walk away. Walk away, not drive away, run away.
Run.
Because these are ferociously complicated handmade cars that you cannot get the parts for in Dubai. So Aston Martin needs to have your back.
There we go.
And any other basically high-end luxury brand like a Maserati or what have you.
It's that simple,
Yeah.
Mo.
So basically service history with the dealership, and if I can get a hand on a service contract or a warranty.
Yep.
Aston Martin warranty, manufacturer warranty.
You need the manufacturer warranty from Aston Martin. If they've never been getting it serviced over at Johnny's Garage, just run. Go in the opposite direction.
These are complicated cars.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess around because you will pay the price for them.
Yeah.
And I think you can get all this for a 5-year-old car within 5 years old. So.
Oh, much more. Aston Martin warranties go up to 7 or 8 years. However, I should caution you before you start thinking, oh, these Astons are really quite cheap second-hand. The warranty costs are numbers with lots of zeros. So to extend the warranty is a 5-figure sum, just so you know. So walk into this thing with eyes open, have fun, because it's an Aston Martin. You can tell your kids you had an Aston Martin in Dubai.
Simple.
Go and do that if you can afford it.
Mo, thank you very much for joining us, and let us know how you make off with this Aston Martin when you get it. We want to see it.
Thank you.
One last question, guys. We've got about 30 seconds, so you're going to have to go quick here. I was in Ras Al Khor, and I saw the V4 Mustang. Do I want one? What's new?
The turbo Mustang, the Ecoboost Mustangs.
Yeah.
Shazad, you've driven them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's if it's just a sports car that you're after and not a muscle car experience, then yeah, by all means, go for it. It's absolutely fine, and it's quick enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for the muscle car experience, you need to go for the GT, the V8.
Okay, it's that simple. Gentlemen, we've run out the clock on the program once again.
It's good. It's getting a bit colder now, so time to go home, I think. My coffee's run out as well. So.
We're coming to you from the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships 2016. We are live there, and next week, same place, same time, Motoring Middle East will be back.
Brilliant.
We'll be talking about cars for an hour. Do come by. Come out here and join us. Don't just walk by and look at us. Come and actually join us.
Beings.
We've got extra
We're not
microphones.
monkeys in a cage.
We'll get you involved. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about what you're looking for in cars. We've got some questions. You can call in, you can SMS in, but you know what? You can also just drop right here down at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championships is where we are. So, gentlemen, we'll talk to you again next week. Thank you very much.
Can't wait. Look forward to it.
And have a good one. Which means top of the hour, where